Alrighty, guys. So it's been a minute. So we had Debbie. I was affected by that. Well, I wasn't affected. I was affected, but I wasn't affected. Got a couple of photos of the local river, which is actually about a couple of feet away from rising over the area where I was standing. So that was fun, seeing how high it got and yesterday and Friday. But as you can see now, Debbie is somewhere over here. It's gone. It's not here anymore. But as you can see, we now have potential tropical cyclone 5 here. So this is the second advisory on it. It was designated at 5 p.m. Fortunately, I was not able to make a video because I was at work. And I was waiting until the full advisory came out to make you guys a new video. So, as of the 11 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time advisory, disturbance continues to move rapidly west-northwest. It's moving at 23 miles an hour. Maximum sustained winds are 30 miles an hour, and the pressure is at 1,009 millibars. So let's go into the advisory. Already we're in with that. So changes with this advisory. A tropical storm watch has been issued for the U.S. Virgin Islands. The government of France has issued a tropical storm watch for St. Bartholomew. The government of Antigua and Barbuda has issued a tropical storm watch for the British Virgin Islands. Summary of watches and warnings in effect. Tropical storm watch is in effect for Guadalupe, St. Kitts, Nevis, Montserrat, Antigua, Barbuda, and Anguilla, Saba, and St. I'm sorry if I totally mispronounced that name. St. Martin and St. Bartholomew, St. Martin, the British Virgin Islands, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Tropical storm watch means that tropical storm conditions are possible within the watch area, generally within 48 hours. Interests in Puerto Rico should monitor the progress of potential tropical cyclone 5. Additional watches could be required early Monday morning. At 11 a.m. in Atlantic Standard Time, the disturbances that are near, not going to go through all of that. The system is moving toward the west-northwest near 23 miles an hour. This motion is expected to continue during the next couple of days. On the forecast track, the disturbance is expected to move across portions of the Leeward Islands on Tuesday and approach the U.S. and British Virgin Islands Tuesday evening. Maximum sustained winds are near 30 miles an hour with higher gusts. Some strengthening is forecast. And I just dropped my phone. And the system is expected to become a tropical storm by late tomorrow. Formation chance to 48 hours, high 80%. And the formation chance to 7 days is high 90%. So, key messages affecting land or the key hazards. Rainfall. Sorry. Potential tropical cyclone 5 is expected to produce rainfall accumulations of 4 to 6 inches over the northern Leeward Islands. For Puerto Rico, 3 to 6 inches of rainfall with maximum amounts of 10 inches is expected. We're not going to go through all that. I've read that off a million times already. If you want to hear me read that off, go to one of the other tropical weather update or tropical weather outlook videos on the channel in the tropical weather outlook tab. Also in the Caribbean, potential tropical cyclone 5 is expected to produce the following rainfall accumulations through Friday morning. Windward Islands, 1 to 2 inches. Southern Leeward Islands, 2 to 4 inches. Eastern Hispaniola, 2 to 4 inches. Wind. Tropical storm conditions are possible within the watch area beginning Tuesday. Storm surge. A storm surge will raise water levels by as much as 1 to 3 feet above ground level in the U.S. Virgin Islands, including St. Thomas, St. John, and St. Croix. A storm surge will raise water levels by as much as 1 to 3 feet above normal tide levels in the British Virgin Islands. Near the coast, the surge will be accompanied by large and destructive waves. Surf. Swells generated by the system will likely begin to affect portions of the Leeward Islands beginning Monday night. These swells are likely to cause life-threatening surf and rip-current conditions. Please consult products from your local weather office. Then we're not going to read off those advisories because A, I'm not going to make a video on these. The only way I do a video on these advisories is if a storm is imminently making landfall around those advisories. But now we will move over to the forecast advisory, which will give us our peak number here. 40 knots, 30 knots, 35 knots, 65 knots here on August 15th at 0Z. That increases to 85 knots, 95 knots. That's all we can see. That's on August 17th here. 95 knots is about 110 miles per hour. And if we show the cone here, you can see that this isn't going to affect any U.S. territories other than, say, Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands. It's going to curve up to the north. However, Bermuda, you guys need to watch this. Three days that's where it's going to be. However, if we turn on the full forecast here, you can see that comes up very close. It might miss you, but it hugs this western side of the cone. It could make a landfall on or near Bermuda. Could make landfall in Bermuda or pass right by Bermuda. We're not totally certain yet. So now let's end this video by taking a look at the current storms tab, which will give us a current view on potential tropical cyclone 5. Just gotta wait for it to load. You can see that it does have a little bit of that classic swirl that you'd expect, but not much convection around it. And until that happens, and until we have a well-defined closed low-level circulation, I don't really think this thing is going to be doing much. However, once again, to go look at the cone, National Hurricane Center is predicting we'll have Tropical Storm Ernesto by this time tomorrow. So that's something we have to watch carefully. And did Tidbits just die out on me? No, it did not. Maybe it did. I'm not sure. So let's take a look at the forecast models here as well. So you ready for this to load? Well, I can't talk. I'm sorry. While we wait for this to load, please consider liking this channel, this video. I do content on severe weather as well when there's a good storm coming. And here we are. Most models are predicting a high-end Category 2 or a Category 3 hurricane. Most of them are predicting a Cat 2 or a high-end or low-end Cat 3. But most models are predicting that this is going to be something that we have to monitor, even though it's not hitting land. And I do not see the UK model on here, which is weird. I'd usually expect the UK model to be there. Now let's take a look at the spaghetti maps. And yeah, most of these are in agreement, with some of them curving off, some outliers. But most of the models have this thing going out to sea. Once again, potentially impacting Bermuda. Something we have to watch there. But finally, let's end off the video by taking a look at the forecast model. From the North Atlantic. Not going to talk about the Eastern Pacific in this video because there's nothing going on over there. But here's our area. That's potential Tropical Cyclone 5 right there. So it starts trailing after it passes. And it's only 968, 965. Then it starts going up, weakening, and then it just goes away. What was that in the Gulf there? That wasn't anything, okay. Oh, maybe. This is happy hour, so we can't trust it. But there might be something here in the Gulf by the end of the month. It's crazy how we're already at the end of August. Well, almost at the end of August. Anyways, guys, nothing really expected after this system in the Atlantic. We are approaching the peak season. So stay tuned to the channel. I'll do more of these updates. And I'll do some live streams as well if a tropical system is making landfall in US or the islands down here, Haiti, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, if I'm able to. That being said, I'll